All right, back again inside the Drive at 5 PA and Big Rob on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. It's good to be back in Muskegon, Rob.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your little vacation.
I was working, bro. But no vacation.
No, that's not what you told me. It was vacation.
I ain't told you that, bro. I was in Brazil working hard.
I bet you were.
I didn't get a chance to vacate yet.
Oh yeah. How your feet and back feel?
Feel good.
Your feet and back feel all right now?
How your back doing?
Oh, my back doing great, bro.
So
my back doing great. So, we ain't like this young fellow on here. Our backs don't work like they used to back in
Everything's
the day.
working according to the plan. Everything's working. Everything that's supposed to be working is working.
Oh, that's what somebody told you?
Yes.
All right.
Brazil was very good. Very beautiful.
I'm quite sure it was. Quite sure it was.
Yeah.
But I heard you threw your back out. And I tried telling you ain't as young as Rashard Thrower no more. You can't be walking around like you was walking around like you used to, bro. You ain't 20 years old.
Bro, I am better now
Rashard Thrower.
I'm not like him. He's solid.
That's what I'm saying. Rashard back don't go out.
Forget me. We got to talk to the big boss.
Yeah, I need to know if his back go out. Rashard, did your back go out, bro?
You don't have to answer that question, Rashard.
Did the back go? I ain't gonna lie, I do got a crack at it sometimes. I got a crack at it, got to turn it to the left or to the right real quick. Get that crack at the crack.
That's it. And then you healed, right? PA had to go to a whole chiropractor and get X-rays on his back.
Nah, see, I'm healed for about a good 30, 35, 45 minutes, and then I'm good.
Rashard, those who looking, they can tell who works out and who don't work out. So they know if we the one up here back is going to go out.
How you doing, Rashard?
I'm doing better than I deserve, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
All right.
Good, man. You look good, brother. You look good like a model there.
I'm trying to be like y'all. I'm just trying to be like y'all. I'm out here at the family estate, one of the family estates. Shout out to my grandmother and my auntie, and so
the ancestors.
That's what's up, man.
The ancestors.
You see, this is the nickname, the Castle.
The Castle.
Yeah, this is one
what
of the
city is the Castle, Rashard? What city is that?
Oh, this is actually in Kentwood. This is one of the biggest houses and one of the biggest estates in the city of Kentwood, in the city of Grand Rapids. Yes, this mug is legendary. If you know about Kentwood, you know about the Castle. You know about this one right here. Yeah, we were from about 15, 16, 20, good 20 plus years, So
wow.
It's been in the family.
They don't let me into Kentwood, Rashard, so I wouldn't know how it looked.
See, all you got to do is call me. Let me know. I will make sure that you got a good pass. I will not let one of mine go unabated.
Right. So, Rashard, man, congratulations, man.
Big ups.
On getting a vote from the city of Muskegon.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
For the project at Steele School. What can you share with the community right now?
Man, there's a lot that I want to share with the community. So, there's some things that were positioned in the article that is a pay for play situation. So I wanted to kind of give a little bit more of a description on that, what we're able to provide. So from a housing standpoint, we know we have the housing option. We're looking at about 3 different models. One that starts at about $233 going up to about $329. But here's the good part that we're actually going to do to mitigate the prices. We're creating this CLT, which is a community land trust. So a community land trust is where a nonprofit can mitigate the prices of the actual home by removing the land price. So if the land price is at, let's say, $25,000 or $45,000, we may be able to reduce that amount from the actual overall price. So let's give an example. If the first model is about 1,167 square feet, if that sells for about $233,000 at the current moment, based upon housing prices and buildability and everything of that nature, if we're able to drop that by $25,000, that brings that to about $208,000. But if we're able to drop it by $45,000 based on the CLT, then we can drop it down to $188,000. So same thing with the 329, with a larger parcel. So that may be 828 square feet. That's with the unfinished basement and the whole 9 yards, just depending on how everything pans out financially. But if we end up getting a CLT, if it's 25,000, that means that we will end up being able to reduce that to somewhere around 308. But if we're able to reduce it by 45,000, then we can reduce it by 288. So that's our goal, is to try to reduce it to those amounts of the 45,000 discount overall. But at the lowest amount, we may be able to get 25,000 as far as the discount. So that's why I try to keep it financially feasible. And that's just one option as far as what we're doing to make sure that it is attainable for those individuals that's from the Muskegon area. And then I'll get into a little bit more as we, speak along throughout this conversation about other stuff that I'm doing too.
Right. So the sports complex, would that come first or would the homes come first?
Homes come first because the homes are going to be the easiest to get knocked out and taken care of. The reason for that is because you already know you got the football field right there, and then also you have the just open land. It's open land, it's flat, it's already taken care of. It doesn't need any of the remediation like any other place, right? But what you need is to make sure that you have the environmental surveys taken care of, the geotechnical situations and surveys taken care of. All of those parts are what's needed and necessary to go to the next step. So that way we can start putting the infrastructure in. And then after that, we can put the asphalt, make sure that we got the roads in, and then we can start building vertically, which means that we can start building the houses. And like I stated, we are already doing 3 models. One first model is going to be a ranch style, and the other 2 models are going to be 2-story. So, and each one of them are going to have 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath at a bare minimum, just depending on what you would like to have for your own customization and qualify for. And then also, we're looking at the feasibility of having a basement or a, just slab by grade, so that's another thing that we're looking at as well.
Wow, that's major, man. So what is the timeline if someone wants to buy a house? What is the timeline for this?
So we're doing the environmental survey. We actually just spoke with our environmental team and our engineers to start getting the preliminary stuff taken care of with Eagle, because we have to make sure everything is taken care of with Eagle before we start going vertical, which means that if the environmental group of the state of Michigan doesn't give us the agreement or the acceptance to go vertical and start building, then we can't do it. So we have to get all of the site remediation done before then, in which that would mean, like, let's say with the track would usually have asphalt. So the asphalt it being there 10 to 20 years, there may be some contamination. We got to see if there is anything that's going to hinder us from being able to do any developments. If
Right.
not, in which we don't think it's going to be, because we checked and we measured twice and cut once, so we don't really think it's going to be. But we'd like to make sure that we are guaranteed, like if you a
Right.
Detroit Pistons fan, guaranteed Rasheed Watson, guaranteed real quick for him. But outside of that, like, we want to make sure that is correct, because I understand that I'm a minority developer, and I understand that I get one swing at this. I don't get multiple swings like if you are other large scale developers that may be able to mess up and then redeem themselves. No, I don't have that same grace. So
Right.
understanding that, I have to measure twice, cut once, sometimes even 3 times, just to be sure. And that's why we're bringing in SME, which I've also connected with Casey Smith. Me and him have been connected for over 3+ years on being able to get the environmental stuff taken care of. But even if I didn't have that, I have West Shore Engineering inside of Muskegon, Michigan, to be able to undertake that situation, just so we can go ahead and go forward. So I'm looking forward to being able to go and impart some level of infrastructure, whether it's the water line, electricity, or the asphalt for the roads, at least by Q4 at earliest. If at earliest, bare minimum, we're looking at Q2 of next year, just because of weather and things of that nature. So That's what we also have to take into consideration as well. But I have a ferocious team that's just as invigorated as I am. They like my director of construction. I can call him at 11 o'clock at night, and he is up just like I am, looking over stuff. That's what I like to see. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm like. All right, you have that same passion and drive like I do. So we will be able to execute on this on a different level than a person who just more so flipping. So that's why I'm really gung ho on this.
Wow. Rashard Thrower's on live with us, live on radio, live also on social media. Go ahead, Big Rob.
Rashard, I heard everything you said, but I didn't go to college.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Want to make sense?
Geo studies, environmental, what for us idiots, because I know I ain't the only idiot. He's just cracking up. I know I ain't the only idiot. Break it down to I'm in kindergarten. You're the teacher.
Break it down to kindergarten level. All right, let's go ahead and break it down kindergarten style. All right. So if it cost us about $233 to build one of the easiest model house, the Model 1 house. If we do this community land trust and we get this nice grant where it gives us the gap in between. That right there can give us between 25 to 45,000. So what that means for the ease of people, that means you will buy your house between 188,000 to 208,000 for a 1,200 square feet house with a garage, with a two thing garage. You know what I mean? So that's just letting you know that right there. Now, if you're talking about 1,500 square feet, well, that may get you a 1-star garage. But then on top of that, you're going to have that 1,500 plus maybe a basement. We got to see about the feasibility. If we do the CLT on that situation right there, we might be able to bring it down to a good 269, but then, no, 259. But then if we got to drop it down one more time, we're going to drop it down another 239. So that means that you get a 1,500 square foot house, brand new spanking, and that mug is $240,000, which you only got to pay for out the dribble. And that ain't even talking about the extra stuff I got set up.
You don't got Rashard out there. You don't got Rashard out there.
He broke it down for me. I understand it now. I understand it.
Wow.
Now, Rashard, what is your passion behind doing this? Because you got to have a passion to have all this, what you just explained, technically, and what you broke down kindergarten for me, you have to have a passion for this.
I do have a passion. Where's the passion? Because I was raised in a household off of Getty and Amity. I was raised with a mother that had just the wherewithal. I was raised with a father who had a logical basis. So when you have a person that holds you accountable for everything, like my father used to tell me, even growing up in first grade, I can remember this coming out of Miss Darga class. You cannot do what everybody else do. You have to be the leader and do what you do. So from that standpoint, I understood that I control the narrative, right? So from there, I saw that there was an opening around 2018, 2019, 2017, where some of the areas of my neighborhood, the Angel and Steele district, were dilapidated. But people were always talking about, what you can do and all that stuff like that. I'm not meant for the malarkey and the conversations about what you should do. Let me put my money towards this situation. I'm actually going to show you what I can do. So that's what I did. I put my money towards it during 2019 and 2020, bought a bunch of properties. And from there, I've been able to try to redevelop a bunch of different stuff and then been able to help a bunch of other people be able to redevelop their neighborhoods as well. That's why we're finishing up a neighborhood right now where a 17-unit development is happening for a Mexican neighborhood in Grand Rapids. And then we're going to phase 2 where we're about to do a 33 to 36 units. And then we're going to do something similar like that in the Muskegon Heights area. But you got to have a proof of concept You got to have a proof of concept before you even show it. So if you can show a proof of concept, which will be in one of the second biggest city in the state of Michigan, which is on the west side, which is close to 30 minutes away from us, it would behoove you to be able to take that into consideration, seeing that that is our director of construction who is able to do all of those different things and is certified on every different front. So that way we don't even have to do all the extra subcontracting because he's able to do all of that himself. And all the things we need to do is just the mechanical engineering and the plumbing. And mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and that's about it.
Wow.
That's all.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
Yeah, it is. I mean, especially from a young fella, you out there showing, you know, how you can still be young and still have a rich man's mindset.
Yeah.
You know, and you are trying to make it, you know, the best way you can and develop your neighborhood you say you grew up in. That's what a better place.
Exactly.
Did you go to Steele, Rashard?
Oh yeah. What? Did I go to Steele? Hold on, let me take off my hat. Take off these glasses. Did I go to Steele? What? Man, I fell in the gully of Steele. I got chased.
See, he know about the gully, so I know he really went to Steele.
Oh, I'm telling, like, no. Y'all don't understand the level of extensiveness that I have a passion for Steele. 6th grade, I was getting chased by some girls at 6:30 in the morning. Y'all remember when you had to get there early in the morning?
Yeah.
You remember that time. So I had got there early in the morning. A couple of the homegirls was chasing me and stuff. There was no parking and what's the name sign right there. Guess who ran straight into it?
No, I know what he's talking about. There's a no parking sign right
It's
there.
right
And if
there,
you ain't
bro,
paying
right
attention,
in the
you will. If you're running, you will bing that sign.
I look behind me and turned around. Bam! Yeah, bro. Now this how you know I'm a real big red. How you know I'm a real Lancer. My mama took me straight to Hackley. Got my stitches. By 7:45, I was back in that classroom. I was back in that classroom. None of Jay was not saying none of that. Oh, you thought you were sweet with that? Yeah, you going right back to school with them sticks.
You didn't get a day. You ain't get a day out of school.
Not even 10 minutes. No, you going right back.
You're going right back
with the stitches.
At home. This is not a sick day. This is not a sick day.
I still got the.
He got to be at the school in the classroom with a knot on his head and stitches.
Not,
in his face.
That's right.
Not splitting stitches. It was crazy.
Wow. So, Rashard, can the community help you out with this project? What can the community do?
What the community do, give me a lot of vote of confidence. If they have additional resources that can be able to help perpetuate and undergird this development, that will be greatly appreciated. I would very much appreciate it, especially from the sports complex standpoint, because we are going to be able to facilitate so many different offerings from just the sports complex. Not only, and because we didn't get into this, I do want to get into this specifically. The housing standpoint. Not because I do have about 10 years of experience working in banking. I worked in private banking, and then I also worked in anti-money laundering as I'm an anti-money laundering professional. So I have a good modicum of experience with understanding the banking language. With understanding the banking language, that means that you need to know what they need. The bank, on an overall front, yes, they can fund our development, but if they're able to also fund the residual mortgages from that situation as well, that's where they can benefit on the long term. So we give them 2 bites at the apple. And that's where I come in with my experience working in the bank, because I'm able to create this thing called the Q9 Home Buyers Program, which is going to reduce your closing costs and potentially your down payment costs as well. Now, we may be able to mitigate that with certain home buyer programs that's offered through the city, county, and state. But regardless of that, that still doesn't have any effect towards your closing costs a lot of times. And that can be between $6,000 to $8,000, and a lot of times people don't have that amount of money just saved up. So understanding that, if we're able to reduce that by let's say if we can get it to $3,500 to $5,000 or whatever the case may be, that still makes it more advantageous for you to be able to secure that same house. And then even outside of that, we are also looking at a lease to own, a lease to purchase program. A lease to purchase program provides a situation where if, let's say, about 12 to 36 months, if you don't qualify with your initial credit score and things of that nature, we may be able to provide you that same home that you're looking to purchase within the next 2 to 3 years, but not raising the cost. We'll keep that same cost. So if it's at that 233 amount that we had sold it for to you in 2026, in 2028, when you actually qualify for it, you will still get that 233 price. So even though the everything else value might actually go up about 20 to 30,000, you still get to pay that same price. And then on top of that, you get the benefit of all of the other different incentives as well. And that's not even including if we end up getting qualified for the NEZ, which is the Neighborhood Enterprise Zone, which can also reduce your tax rates by up to 50%. When I say that I've done my due diligence on this whole spectrum to make sure that my people can deal with the gentrification that comes in our neighborhood, I swear to God, I did my research to the umpteenth power. You cannot sit up here and qualify it to nobody else's degree. But on the same level of totem pole, I'm also trying to make sure that you have something that's going to be able to consistently give a tangible benefit with the sports complex being within 150 to 250 feet away from you. Wow. That's one of the biggest benefits that you don't realize. People, and this is for people that may look at this as a negative. If you look at Grand Rapids, Michigan by itself has gotten over $900 million in economic growth since 2008 when they first implemented theirs. If you want to go to Georgia, if you want to go to North Carolina, if you want to go to any of these other places, Pamela City or whatever that is in Florida or whatever that is, that they did the same thing there. They just had I want to say about $100 million worth of economic contribution, because when you accept, on top of the fact of AU tournaments that's going to be there, on top of the volleyball tournaments that's going to be there, on top of the leagues that you can put in there, on top of all the regular Monday through Thursday events that you can do, on top of the sports, the summer programs that you can be able to do to mitigate the violence that's already perpetuated in our neighborhood, because you could actually facilitate those individuals that's perpetuating that violence to be able to do something financially feasible for them, to be able to be like, all right, I can pay you. I can get you a job. I can give you something that's going to be buildable on your resume. And then I can be able to give you some tangible so that way you can go forward. That is the biggest benefit overall. But it's so many people that have a naysayers, and I don't care about them naysayers. But at the same time, you see the passion that I have, because I don't care about those naysayers. I care about the result. I care about the result of my community. I care about the result of my constituents. I care about the result of the people that grew up in my same neighborhood. I grew up off of Amity and Getty, Wood Street neighborhood, if you don't know. But I represent it to the fullest extent as a positive representative, because regardless of what you may have heard about on the negative side, we got smart geniuses on the other side. We got an IP attorney that grew up right in my backyard, David Spears, that also got his engineer degree at Michigan State University, the same place that also housed my great uncle, who was the first black quarterback in the NFL, who played for the Chicago Bears, first black quarterback in the Big Ten, and the first in Michigan State University, and then also my brother and all the stuff like that. Y'all don't understand the level of fervor I have towards this, because my family name is predicated on this back from the 1950s and beyond. I don't care about other people's naysaying. I care about the result. And the result is what I really, really, really care about.
Wow. There you go. You can hear that fire. Well, we got to do our station ID, WBS LP 1037, Muskegon Heights. Online comment from Ruben Crosby said that could take care of prom traditionally. That could be a site for the prom. It's a lot of different options.
Yep, because I have red zone security right there, and I wish you would. I certify each one of. I certify each one of them. Now I make sure that they got what they need. I'm the CPL instructor with the, and I sell the pew pews. I know what we gotta say up on the airways, so I know what we gotta do and do for it. So I'm a CPL instructor. I am a Type 7, Type 8 FFL dealer. So I am certified in all which ways and fronts. The only thing that I ain't certified in is level 10, where I can get in the large artillery, but I'm on my way there already. I already got it situated. So you can't even get me out of it. So on top of that, yes, 7 and 8, I got my people, and you would not come up to any place that I've ever bodyguarded or secured. You understand the level of security that I provide to any environment that I'm in.
Wow. Very impressive, Rashard. Man, you have quietly behind the scene been building the resume, been doing the work. You haven't bragged about it. You haven't put it out there on social media. Matter of fact, this is the first I'm hearing about it.
Yeah.
We don't talk a lot.
6 years. 6 years. We had our first interview 2020. Like this, 6 years into it, I have not said nothing. But at this point,
you've been quietly.
That's a great leader, though. Being humble and doing your due diligence, and now you're gonna bring it home, man. You're gonna have all the support you can get, man. We need to follow. Like I come from Lindbergh. You know what I mean? Even I haven't been in the neighborhood in a minute because of the streets, but you know that we can use these houses and all these different neighborhoods, and you are setting the right example, going right back into your community where you come from, and building a house and bringing an athletic club that's going to be more than just athletics, but it's going to be empowering our community, man. I mean, who got a problem with that?
It shouldn't nobody have a problem
with it, but I'm gonna tell you this though, PA and Big Rob. I'm gonna tell you this: it is the people that got a problem with it, but I'm gonna tell you, they don't even understand. I already got a sustainable option for Muskegon Heights.
There you go.
Wow. I got an economic situation ready to go from Muskegon Heights.
Rashard, is there a link, a website they can go to get more information, or a Facebook page they can go get more?
Of course, you can go to Q9 Development Company and get more information. I actually break down the housing prices of how we will use the CLT and how it will actually provide a discount towards what you will be able to purchase. Also, you can just go to my personal Facebook page. I also have q9homes.com as well. That's where we'll have our most of our stuff housed, but we are going through the construction of it at the current moment. You know, I like to put out a good product. So I like to measure twice and cut once, sometimes even 3 times just to be sure. So I don't like to put out any BS. Because I know that you can't put out BS as one of us. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go all in when it comes to us. So that's why I'm like, all right, I gotta make sure that I'm doing it right. So the q9homes.com, if you need to send me any emails or anything like that you can definitely send it that way. It does give you a quick little mainstay, but outside of that, my name is Rashard Thrower, Rashard. Last name Thrower, like flamethrower, but without the flame, Thrower. Also, if you do see our family out in Detroit, Michigan, that is our family out in Detroit, Michigan, the one that owns a bunch of the McDonald's out there, and also 150 Bagley downtown Detroit development and all that stuff like that. I'm telling you, and also play for the Detroit Lions. I'll never pop my stuff, but I'm popping it today. I ain't never popping it today. I'm so proud of my family. Family has really done a lot of different stuff. If you think about the time when my brother started doing the AAU stuff and also being able to be a mainstay with doing the stuff that he's done in the summertime, that has been one of the main diminishes of the violence in the summer. Like, especially with the youth, like when you got those kids busy, and that's one of the main things with us putting a sports complex in there, is that my brother already got an AAU program, and then all the other stuff that we got going in, invigorated into this situation, we gonna make sure that them kids are busy, because how you gonna fight if you too busy to fight?
Yeah.
If you tired.
Have a workshop. I got a couple more comments. Missionary Deborah Clifford Moore said, results are all that matter. Praying for you. Eddie Spencer down in Dallas, Texas said, nice work, brother. Looking forward to supporting any way I can.
Hey, Eddie, hold on. Eddie, So look, you know how you be having the game.
Yeah.
The game was at the high school. Now, when we get this mug built, we need to redirect that over there off of Amity Avenue. Okay, we need to redirect that, and then we gonna qualify them refs. Okay, we gonna qualify them refs. I ain't having your uncle there no more. Your uncle ain't gonna be there no more. I'm telling you that right now. My brother, I love you. I love you.
He's a real referee, ain't it? Brother Porter, he's a real referee, right?
Yeah, I love him, but he ain't coming. Okay, we'll have Brandon Burrow there before we have we'll have Christ Temple Apostolic Faith Church in there before
and
the
Brandon's
gentleman.
Brandon's certified too. Yeah.
Brandon is certified to be refereeing in the championship games. We can do that. I have no qualms towards that.
They starting jabs already. We haven't
already. You saw my brother. My brother ended that game. My brother was the one that ended that game. I don't care what nobody said. If y'all ain't never seen me be as hype as I've been, you need to look back at the games at Fair State and at Muskegon. I was the extra one. I'm extra when it comes to my baby brother. You will never be able to tell me about Deshaun Martell Thrower. I will tell you about him before you ever tell me. Okay? Right. I'm ready.
Rashard, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I'm gonna let you enjoy that big castle that you at right now.
Yes, sir.
We can do an update. You just let me know when you're ready to get back on. You know, you got carte blanche, brother.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all for always showing love and being just being a positive reinforcing voice in the community. Like PA Big Rob, y'all don't understand what y'all do for us, man. For real. Like y'all, I'm talking about since I was in middle school, since I was at Steele. I remember when we was in the school, when I was in class with Rob Roundtree and stuff, with Lil Rob. So I'm sitting up there like, I'm like, bro, like, that's your dad, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, dang, but then Rob big than a mug too. I'm like, dog, why you so big? Like, bro, why you big? And then like see his daddy, I'm like, oh shit, all right, bet.
Oh, we gotta go.
Oh, say the wrong word.
It's not a violation.
It's not a violation. Not a violation.
Thank you, man. We
Thank you so much.
Hey, love y'all, man. Love y'all.
Good luck to everything that you're doing, brother. You know, I wasn't able to purchase a pew pew from you, but you know, because they wouldn't let me get a pew pew. But I think PA, didn't you get a pew pew from here? I'll explain to you off air. You know what I'm talking about, Rashard.
I got you covered. Oh, trust me, I got you covered all the way.
Okay,
next Thursday.
I'm a little bit more legit now. So I'll be coming to holler at you.
Okay.
All right. I need that AR.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about. I'm a little slow. I need one too. I need one too, bro.
I know exactly where you go.
I need one too.
Right now. I got everything you need.
I need what the streets are carrying. I didn't mind.
Yep, I got everything you need. I got it right now.
Thanks, my brother.
All right, Rashard. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all have a good one. All right.
You too, brother.
Love you too.
Yes, sir.
All right, Muskegon, that was Rashard Thrower.
Yeah.
Oh, I love his energy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Q, we need to get him a show, Q.
He hype about this, boy.
Yeah, and this is great for the community, man.
Oh, very great for the community. Housing, sports complex. You know, like he said, they can do almost everything there. And if you buy a house from them in that neighborhood, I'm sure there's going to be some perks to being next to
the proximity.
Yeah,
you know,
being in the proximity
and health as well, man.
Oh yeah,
these centers represent these private centers are in nice neighborhoods. Like
yes,
every rich neighborhood I've been to, and I've been blessed to be in 42 states. I've been in all the major cities in America, and I have friends that stay not in every city now. In some pretty nice neighborhoods.
Yes, sir.
One of the things I find out in those neighborhoods, Rob, these gated community neighborhoods, they have a nice health center somewhere,
right,
in that neighborhood,
right.
In that health center, even in Orlando, the YMCA in the rich neighborhood is different than any YMCA you would ever experience.
Oh, really? I can believe that.
Windermere. in Windermere neighborhood. I mean, that's
they
what
got a
Grant Hill-
YMCA there.
They got a YMCA, and that's where the rich people go.
They got a YMCA there.
Yes, bro. I've been there. I know. I have meetings there.
Bruh.
I
mean, I know you be with the upscale people, but I'm just like.
But the health club is where what the lifestyle of the middle class and upper class thinking that health is important to them.
Yeah, you go in there, you work out, you build your heart strength, your mental health. It helps with mental health too.
Yes,
you know,
and you live longer,
and you live
you
longer.
can spend your money more.
Right, that's what they're there for.
And the bike paths, the bike trails, the people running in the streets. That's a sign of a good, healthy neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it's tied to wealth. Now, when you leave America and you go to a lot of these countries, wealth is more important. I mean, health is more important than anything.
And then anything, yes,
yeah. So I appreciate what Rashard is doing, man.
They feel like in other countries, some of them that they can sleep on the floor and be just as fine and rich as the next person.
But they're gonna work out.
They're gonna work out. They walking all day. They're moving stuff. So yeah, I agree with you, brother.
I'm a better person now that I get on my cycle, get on the treadmill, do some
his bicycle.
Yeah, get on that. I know I know I got a lot more clarity.
About
my mind. I'm sure you're a better person. You lost 80 pounds.
Oh yeah, more than that.
Yeah. And I'm sure you're a better person.
Oh yeah, I can think clearer. The fat ain't in the way.
There you go. Fat. Yeah, you can see some things you never saw. All right, we're gonna go back to more music. Keep it here.